Inventory management is the headline improvement for me. Because what it does is it improves our quality system. It allows us to update our ISO 9001 system to include this and to demonstrate that we are able to trace stock all the way through the system, and then after it's complete we can then trace it back through the system as well, so we can provide detailed reports on when the stock came in, where it's been used and when it went out. And having WinMan and the ability to handle stock in the way we can opens up new sectors, companies that we couldn't have worked with before, and we're starting to see that now. We're starting to see, they're called bigger, more blue chip companies. Kasdon Electronics, contract electronics manufacturer, so we offer full supply chain solution to the customer, as well as the contract build and any box build that's required as well.
By introducing WinMan, that's given us a fully integrated system and allows us to interrogate our entire system for all sorts of information on our customers, suppliers, products and so on. And that's yielded real benefits, such as component traceability, really good document control, structure for handling complicated bills of materials and complicated work instructions, tailor-made reports. Simply put, it's made us a much more professional organisation and helped control our manufacturing processes much tighter than we ever were before.
A couple of big selling points for us really. One was they were UK based, and two was the size of the company and the flexibility that comes with that. We liked the fact that we can pick up a phone to somebody who works directly for that company, and if we've got a problem, we can get it resolved quickly. One of the things that's been brilliant is we've been able to really keep one person all the way through, and I still talk to that person now when I need information, so that's really useful to keep continuity. WinMan led the implementation for us. They've got a very good process for doing it. We were able to bring data on board from our previous system, so we weren't starting again. Straight away gave us some benefits on what we had before, but it also made it fairly evident that we were going to need some changes, and WinMan were able to talk us through how we would do that and offer solutions as well. All the data coming into us isn't standard, so we have to find a way of making that become standard, and working with WinMan we've managed to find a really good way of doing that. It makes our quoting a lot easier, certainly, and I would say a lot more accurate as well. Because WinMan now do this import, it brings it all in, it creates Kasdon stock reference. Within the structure it references the customer's part number and the customer's description as well, so we've always got that back with traceability. And then that means that we don't have to do any manual entering. We quote the job, and then simply if it goes live we convert it from a quote to a sales order, and then at that point MRP will automatically take account of all of the requirements and order all of the parts. So it saves an awful lot of time and potential for error as well, because the data ultimately is coming customer's BOM, Kasdon software, WinMan. There's some major efficiencies in goods in. Essentially we're just able to receipt stuff and label it and then transact it onto the shelves. We're not having to hand write anything onto parts anymore. And also because the system knows where everything is, when we're kitting things we know exactly where it is. It's transacted through the system, and we also know if it's in work, because if it's in work with some of our things, because they're on reels, you can't necessarily use them on two jobs, so the system will actually hide that when you're issuing so that you don't pick a batch that's already in work. WinMan have then made an app for us for picking, so we scan the manufacturing order, we've got some handheld devices, and it's clever enough to know, you can tell it which order to pick in, so we've mapped that order to our stores. So again, speeds the process up. In our industry specifically is we have some very, very small parts, and you do lose a few. It's naturally part of the setup process. So if you use that reel multiple times, you can actually have quite considerably less than the system thinks you've got, which means you can then come to issue a job and find out that you're actually short. And we've bought an X-ray reel counter, and then it actually interfaces with WinMan itself. So when the kit is complete and the stock comes back, we scan the barcode on the label into the machine counts it and then updates the system automatically, and does two things for us. It keeps our stock level accurate, it takes account of attrition, and allows us to report on on attrition, what attrition is costing us.
We were on a growth path, and WinMan is very much part of that growth path. I think it would be fair to say we couldn't have done it without it. So it's key to what we do, and has helped continue us along the way.